Yes.
Yep.
Previously on Dungeons and Dragons, our intrepid adventurers made their way through the ditches here, returning back to home base, where a number of them started to interact with a number of the other campers here, providing the requested items or favors that were given before their departure. Aram, you kind of rested at the campsite, showing off the campsite, just showing Gustav around, as Gustav had not really left that chamber in really who knows how long. While sitting there, a altercation was started by Limnor, who was upset that you had brought an undead entity into the safety of the camp, potentially putting the camp in danger, according to them. And after de-escalating the situation with the help of Arthur and the rest of the party, eventually, for the most part, the consensus amongst the camp was to trust your judgment and to embrace Gustav. Limnor, somewhat perturbed, kind of went and sulked somewhere else in the camp, but peace was reestablished, and eventually rest was sought. You all headed towards the barrack-like space with the kind of makeshift. It's almost like pod alcoves, spaces. Each one of you kind of doffing your armor, lying down, finally getting some rest, and later that evening, bursting through the defenses of the eastern walls, swarming into the campsite, a number of mud zombies attacked and disturbed the very tail end of your rest. So I think at the time you did get a long rest before the combat.
We can put our armor back on, correct?
I'll say at this point you'll have your armor on, but as the combat ensued, an intense bout of survival blows within this small clustered chamber of the barracks, but eventually you managed to subdue the assailants, eventually managing to get some rest and then aid in the reconstruction and repairs of the campsite. It is roughly 2 days later, and give or take, again, the passage of time is rather difficult, but roughly 2 days later. So during this time, the number of you that were injured did also receive some additional tinctures from Sesher. Each one of you, she was technically able to do this to 2 people a day, and since it's been 2 days, each one of you have gained the benefit of 2 long rests, so that's an additional 10 hit points from 2 long rests. And due to Sesher's treatment, you've gained an additional 5 hit points. So you should heal 15 hit points, and then of course remove any status effects, exhaustion, and recover any spell slots you might have used.
And we recover our hit die back. Right?
You recover 2 hit die back.
Sweet. Nice, got all the hit die back.
Can you guys see my roll that I just did? I just rolled a straight D20. Can you guys see that?
Yes, I see it. You rolled a 13. Great axe.
Oh, just a straight D20 roll. It was a 10.
No, I didn't see a straight roll.
No.
Is it in the game log on D&D Beyond for you guys?
I didn't get a pop-up. Can you guys hear the music?
Yes.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
I can, yes.
Sesher can only do 2 people a day, and there's 5 of us, so
Oh shit.
one of us will sit out. That's fine. I'll just take 2 days of regular rest.
Normally, I'll say whoever was the most injured would receive these treatments.
Well, it was probably Dee's, right, and Gregor for sure,
Okay.
and then guessing, I don't know, Joe or Arthur probably needs it too.
Theoretically.
I mean, I'm okay. I just think I only lost.
I mean, I
Two
can
health.
go just 2
Two
regular
agree.
days and not needing any extra treatment. I'm fine. But if I don't know, but I know Gregor went down once, and D's did too. So they're probably really low life. So they probably need all the extra help they can get.
I was at 27 out of 30. I got healed.
Oh wow.
I'm 3 out of 24, but I haven't. Did Aaron say we got a long rest or something?
Well, that's what we're just discussing. Sesher can do for the 2 days of rest we're doing. He could do 2 people per day. He'd give them an extra 5 points of healing, basically.
Because
So-
remember, with the long rest, you only get 5 HP back.
Yeah,
Getting 1 long rest.
2.
2.
So I'll heal 10. Okay.
Plus the 5 from Session. And the tinctures they provided while you all rested.
Well, I'll take both healings. It's 2 days, twice. Okay.
Well, she can treat one. You can't double up on the tincture. That's kind of not how it works. It's one. She can do 2 tinctures for 2 different people a day.
So I'll still take 2. Very shame. So that's 5, 5. That's 20. Correct.
You would be able to recover 15 hit points.
And you get 2.
That doesn't make sense. So I mean,
Do you need more
I get
healing?
5, not yet. So 1 day long rest is 5 healing for resting, and then I get one of those 5 healings from that lady, and then we get another long rest, which is 5 more healing, and then I'll.
There are 4 other players in the group.
You only get one chance of healing.
At a day, technically. And
If
she
you
can
need
only
more
do it
healing,
to 2
in
people
between
at a
that-
time.
Well,
So
what if
long
he
rest
needs?
is 2 days? I guess.
What
that's-
if he needs both days for Sesher? Because I mean, like I said, I don't need Sesher. Sesher's extra boost, and I would think
Yeah.
he's the worst looking out of all of us. So I think Sesher would tend to him both days.
Like, I'm fine. and
If that's
I
fine, if
can-
somebody wants to give
I can
up
do some
theirs, that's
healing.
fine. I'm just saying he
it's
needs to
fine.
communicate with everybody else before going. I'm
Yeah.
taking this. You know.
Yes, yeah. No, he's bedridden for those 2 days.
Okay.
And Sesher's healing. Wherever it is.
So
I would think. That way he can get a whole 20 points of healing.
And if you need some cure wounds, I would have helped aid you with my healing hands if that was needed.
I am good, thank you. 23 out of 24.
Okay.
And everybody should have 3 hit dice.
So everybody should have 2 hit dice. So you get 1 hit dice back a day. If you were out, you'd have 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sweet. Arthur is good to go.
So if you guys actually are on D&D Beyond and you open up the game log for the campaign, can you see my
Where is
notes?
that? How do I click game log?
Oh, there's
Which-
like a little. It looks like a little chat bubble next to, like at the top, it'll say campaign, the Grim, the Hollow, and then there's a little game log chat bubble next to it.
Oh yes, I see it. Yeah, I see your.
Yes.
Can you see?
I see your rolls.
Yeah, I see your
I
rolls.
see a 10. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm just gonna roll on my app because it literally takes forever on the computer for some reason. So I'm going to be rolling
Alright.
from my phone.
Will you roll again, Joe? No, just real
I'm
quick.
just yeah.
If Aaron disputes it,
This-
you can just put your phone to the camera. Just saying.
Well, if I do it like this way, then Aaron can still see it and be like, oh yeah, okay.
Yep, you just rolled a 5. Yep, there you go. I see it. So,
Cool.
Okay.
That works.
Beautiful. So the day is probably maybe approaching again, hard to gauge, but maybe 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. It is now the morning of that third day, ergo the 2 long rests you've gotten. And again, still a bit sore. You know, you were not expecting that onslaught, not to mention having to rush the repair work over the last couple of days, helping Yezhin and Abradis trying to reposition and re-secure and stabilize the barricades there. But you all begin to stir, and I'd ask, are any of you early birds, or is everyone still kind of sleeping in?
Arthur would get up early.
Burton would
Yeah.
be up helping
Get up.
helping Yezhin with like the repairs to our defenses and stuff from the onslaught several days ago.
Luckily,
Just kinda-
all that was completed yesterday. Like I stressed, you guys, you're feeling the exhaustion of rushing and completing those repairs, but you've managed to complete them relatively quickly with Yezhin.
Good. Okay. No, I'd probably be up first, one of the first people up, and I'd probably just be like at the little fire, drinking my water or whatever we have to wake up in the morning.
Mostly just
And Arthur
the
would
water.
get up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and I was like, yeah, Arthur would be getting up early. Kind of used to it from all the farm stuff he did before, but yeah, doing his stretches and maybe, doing some practice thrusts with the spear, warming up, and yeah, then just joins next to the fire by Robin.
So, Aram, as you sit by the fire, you watch as, and hear the light clatter of Arthur's armor as he kind of takes his heavy steps towards you and kind of plops down on the wooden log. Not wooden log, it's kind of more like stone debris.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Oh, Thursday.
It's hard as normal, but I'm ready to go out again. Just be kind of cramped up here. We got to get out of this place. This is not good.
Yeah, we gotta help these people out. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
But
we'll get all this.
camp's looking good. Fine job in those repairs.
Yeah.
Great teamwork. Got some good skills.
Beautiful.
Those finesse hands.
What's Gustav up to?
You can see Gustav kind of off to the side, almost guiding Abradis on a project he seems to be working on.
This early already, jeez.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. But, as a person who wakes up at 5:30 in the morning every day, that's pretty late. But yeah, he's doing some light work. He's not doing his hard hitting stuff right now. It's the more finesse work. And Gustav seems to be doing exactly as she had promised. Actually, providing some guidance and some know-how on the ins and outs of foraging. So, but for the most part, as you kind of look into the chamber, I mean, you see Sesher again refilling the stocks of the water. Presumably, probably, I would say you would even see Gregor at this point kind of getting shot with the water, like at the same time as she's casting the spell to fill it. She's trying to top him off with a nice little shower to make sure he's covered and good for the day. But other than that, returning back to her business and tending to, the small little bit of the garden that she tries to struggle to keep alive here in this horrible, dark, and dank place. And I believe you see Karagnir kind of off to the side, seemingly looking into the same notebook that she was heavily sprawling into as Gustav was giving her, the small bits of accounts that she could recall when she would have these random flashes of recollection. And Limnor kind of off to the side, tending to her supplies, seemingly tanning or attempting to kind of tan and outstretch some rat furs from some of the large rats that she's collected. I mean, you've worked the farm before, in a desperate situation, potentially could attempt to harden and cure it by baking it near the flame after it's outstretched and air dried for a time, reinforcing it, and then she seems to be trying to lacquer it with something. You're not sure what. But that's, you see her kind of working that. And yeah, that's pretty much what you see here in the main campsite chamber right now. I'd say Borgio and Professor, I'm assuming you guys are still kind of laying in the barracks.
Bojo is on one of the bottom bunks, and he is still completely passed out. He's like laying down spread eagle on his stomach, and one hand is like hanging off the bed, still holding onto the sword. But he is just passed out, drooling, snoring. He's out cold still.
And I'd say, and you said you're on the top bunk or bottom bunk?
Bottom bunk.
So Professor, presumably on the top bunk above Borgio, you are just currently hearing
Am I?
yes, with your passive perception. Yes.
Well, I reckon it's time to wake up. Hop into my scale mail.
You take
Go
your
out and see if anyone knows where any scrap metal is.
you take your 5 minutes and don your armor, and I'd say if you're not really trying to be stealthy about it, Borgio, you start to stir and awaken as you also notice and hear the sound of the scale mail being shifted and pulled and tightened in place as it is donned.
As I'm hearing this metal clank around, I just take my pillow and put it over my head.
Unfortunately, there is no proper pillows here. This is
I have my bundle of clothes that I was laying on, so I bundled up all the clothes I had on and
Okay.
I put it over my head.
Okay. So you finish donning your armor as you stand here in the barracks, Doctor.
Yeah, I walk out to join everyone there on the pile of rubble. Say, hey, we need to find some scrap metal.
You need some scrap metal? Good morning, sir.
Don't we? We need 22.
Oh. Bray just needs more stuff, correct? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we need 22 more pounds at least. I mean, there's still a whole nother section we haven't explored in this place.
Yeah.
So, where's Borgio? He's still schnozzing away, huh?
Yeah, I tried to be as loud as possible when I was getting ready. Wake his ass up.
He's been pooped out. Been a lot on him.
So the 3 of you kind of come together. I'd say the 4 of you technically. Gregor, you finish your kind of makeshift shower and moisturizing your bandages and kind of cleaning off a bit. Rejoin the rest of the party here by the campfire.
Hey, morning, Gregor. How you doing?
I'm better now, thank you.
Awesome. You ready to get back to some exploring?
Yep. I'm gonna get out of this place.
I know. Same.
And we pan over to the barracks as we see Borgio sitting there shoving, a pile of clothes in his face as he's sort of like kind of frustrated a little bit. What do you do, Borgio?
Well, Borgio takes the clothes off. Just a big stretch, and then he hops out of bed and he starts putting his clothes on. He doesn't really have like armor per se like the rest of you, but he does have his various leathers and things, and then straps the great sword and his axe to his back and starts making his way outside.
I would think that Borgio would have a morning routine. You don't have a morning routine?
Borgio sometimes will do a little stretching and stuff, but today, like, purely because he slept in so much, he could tell that everybody's probably getting ready to go, so he kind of just threw his armor and he's getting out the door, ready to join the group.
And you guys a moment later see Borgio kind of teetering, coming out the door, sliding the last bit of his armor on as he's rushing to kind of join y'all here at the campfire.
Hey, morning. Sleepyhead.
And everywhere. So, what's the objective today?
Well, Deez says we need to get some scrap metal. So we should go explore it, I guess, some more. Maybe we can find some more scrap metals and stuff.
There's only the one section left, right? To explore.
Oh,
Yeah.
there could be more than one section. We don't know what's down that way. I haven't been down that way.
Yeah, we haven't explored anywhere, so.
Let's go to the area we haven't gone to.
Yep, it would be the way the zombies that attacked us the other week.
More zombies.
Oh. But, I think this encampment's, a little bit better prepared, so I think it's time to do some exploring.
Onward.
Well, before we set off,
Hopefully this
I'm
is,
gonna want to go talk to Gustav before we leave.
Okay. So, as the party, continues to strategize and discuss, you kind of break away from the party and the campfire, heading over to the kind of melodic clinking of Bradis as he kind of lightly taps on what appears to be some light metal work going on. And Gustav sitting there being like, "Aye, you're doing a wonderful job." Just like that. Ah, Aram. Pleasure.
Good morning, Gustav. How are you?
Well, I'm here and not in that dreaded room, so again, thank you.
You're welcome. I see you and Abradis are getting along quite well.
Yes, Gustav has been quite helpful.
Good.
Oh.
Well, I just wanted to come and let y'all know that we're fixing to head out. We're gonna go look for some more scrap metal for you, Abradis. Maybe we can find some stuff when we're out. Just to do some more exploring. Just letting you know, hopefully we'll be back.
Travel safe and wait. And he kind of turns for a moment and he steps into his kind of little makeshift blacksmithing tent-like space, and this kind of ramshackled little box, like the corners all broken off. He opens it and the hinge is kind of off kilter, like it's no longer secured properly. But he pulls out a small pouch and he turns and he extends a hand kind of outright like this to hand you something. And as you kind of reach up and collect this little bag, these might give you a moment of reprieve. This is a bag of sun drops. They, in essence, might be able to buy you a moment to make an escape if you are overrun by the forces here.
Nice.
And there is a total of 4 beads in there. You look at them and they look almost like lightly luminescent marbles almost. They're like a vibrant yellow, like small stars that were plucked from the sky, resting in this bag. And from what you can tell, according, I don't know if you've pulled them up on D&D Beyond or not, but technically when you throw these, they will last until the start of your next turn, and it will create a pillar of sunlight that's 40 feet high, 5 feet wide, and it is sunlight. So theoretically could be beneficial to, attempt to blind enemies that normally spend their entire existence in darkness. So
Cool.
Cool. May it hopefully ensure your safety and safe return.
Thank you very much. Hopefully we won't need these and I can return them to you, but we will be seeing you later.
I certainly
You
hope
two
so.
kids be safe.
Always. You as well. You as well.
See you guys later. And I guess I just jolly off. I'm thinking, wasn't it Kragner?
Kragner?
Kragner, didn't you say that they can join us in our journeys now?
I mean,
Is that
if
a
you engage with them and ask them to join and convince them, they're now capable of being coaxed. Is technically the correct way to phrase it.
Gotcha.
Above table.
I was just trying to figure things out, and it's not just everybody. It's just Kragner.
It's select individuals depending on what needs you have met for the camp. So
Gotcha.
certain ones can and certain ones cannot be coaxed to leave. So there's multiple variables.
Yes.
But you
Okay.
you kind of give a wave to Gustav and Abradis and kind of run back over to the party as they finish checking their gear, making sure everything's tied up. Everyone's like checking their bags, the way comrades in arms do. They check each other's sacks, make sure everything's secure, make sure everyone's got their weapons. And you all rejoin here at the center of camp. What would you all like to do?
Can we? How many? I don't have any sort of self-healing thing. Does any of you guys have any extra potions and stuff? Or
Borjo just starts rummaging through his pack.
where are those spells coming from?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Logan.
No, it's just fine. It's totally fine.
Welcome to Germany.
Yeah.
We got clock towers everywhere. So you start rummaging through your pack. Do you have any potions in your inventory?
Borjo does not, but I'm going to turn to I don't have any potions, and honestly, if I remember correctly, I think we used all the ones we had back before we fought that guy that sent us here.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I just worry for us every time we leave.
I know I'm feeling pretty antsy myself. Honestly, I kind of want this to be one of our last dives down there because I just think we need to get out of here. I know we've said it every day, but I just feel it like it seems to be getting worse every time we go out and explore. There's more creatures. It's just
It's never
I
ending.
don't like it down here.
It's just never ending.
Maybe they're guarding the way out.
If you look over to the side, you see that Ard has pulled out this bell out of his backpack, and he's just ringing it really loudly.
Suddenly, the undead filling every tunnel in this in this place is just like their heads whip in a singular direction. I kid.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think anybody here has anything. Should we maybe go ask Sesher if they have something to help us out with before we leave?
I'd say you would presume if they had such things, they would have used it when you guys were all super beat up, as opposed to the light healing tincture they were able to come up with.
Well, give Nicodemus a little scratch and be like, all right, little bud, we're going to be on our own this time. And I guess, do we head out? We're ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready whenever you are. I'll light up my torch as we're heading into the dark tunnel.
I can't hear you, you're muted.
He had to mute himself because they won't shut up.
It's the bells, man. The bells, they keep ringing.
It's like,
is somebody getting married or something?
I have no idea.
do we have like a master Doctor Who situation going on? You just have constant bells going on in the back of your mind?
It's been about 6 minutes of
It's been a bit.
Exactly. Bang, bang.
Yeah, because you're in Ramstein, right? So.
I want to RP with Aaron, but every time I unmute, I just hear the bells.
So you guys start to head your way eastward. There's one, or eastward.
The one exit that we haven't
Explored. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, and
Trying to reveal stuff. You guys move your way forward. Let's see here. Notes. So, a number of hours transpire, worming your way through the varying different size shapes of this tunnel. At one point, it gets incredibly condensed and funneled down, and you have to make your way through what appears to be a semi-collapsed segment, barely being supported by what appears to be some sort of ruined pillars still somewhat intact. You slide your way through, continuing to push forward still. And again, this place is it's dark, it's cold. The only thing lighting this incredibly darkened space, the torch in Arthur's hand as you guys press forward still. And as you descend these tunnels, you find the air growing thicker, clawing against your skin. Doesn't provide heat or warmth, or the promise of water, but still clings to your skin and your garments all the same. The smell, you cannot decide whether it's stale with decay or sweet with rot. You cannot choose between the dryness of stone or the familiarity of kind of graven earth. The anxiety of the tunnel kind of attempts to find purchase in you as you find yourself descending deeper and deeper into the kind of grabbing and choking earth of the ditches here. After what seems like hours, you find yourselves approaching a nearby chamber, no bigger than what you assume possibly could be. I mean, you're kind of coming up close to its entrance. It's kind of a left-hand opening, and then it goes and stretches forward, and since you do have a torch out, you can see just barely in the dim light what appears to be more tunnel that extends into two separate paths, or two separate tunnels. But before that, on your left-hand side, an opening. And in this moment, I do need a quick roll. Professor, will you please give me a D100 roll?
Alrighty.
Guided.
$90.
90. Okay. Let's
That
see.
was divine intervention.
As you are all approaching, walking this way, well, let me span the map a little bit. Fuck. I'll do this that way. And then polygon wheel, sorry. Boring map stuff.
All good.
So you can see about this far into the tunnel, basically. And again, the hours and hours of stretch being that little nub here on this map. And again, you can kind of see this kind of almost fluorescent light emanating from from this opening. And again, the chamber itself, hard to tell as you haven't quite gotten to its entrance, but it doesn't seem much bigger than the camp. And it, again, illuminated from that kind of alcove-like space, seems to be originating somewhere above or near the ceiling within the chamber, a bright yellow light. And
I'm sorry, the chamber that we went to previous, the chamber that we went to previously, a long time ago, that was a blue light. Is that a blue light?
Correct.
Okay.
And
it is. I'm sorry. Is this yellow light? Is it a natural looking light, or like is it?
I mean,
So
light
it's fluorescent.
underground. Yeah, it's almost got like a fluorescent hue. It's,
Okay. Okay.
But it's, I mean, light in general in a place like this definitely would not necessarily seem natural. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I don't know. Do you guys
Is-
further move in, or
Yeah.
okay?
I'll draw my sword and move in.
I was scared, no light.
I'm gonna throw up the good and evil.
Sure.
Blah, throw it up. Blah.
All right. So that's your one free one for the day. Your eyes begin to illuminate, and you start to extend outright. From where you're currently at, if you guys have not necessarily turned towards and entered into the chamber, because I believe that works out to 30 feet. You guys, well, obviously, I'm going to assume you guys push forward and move forward. As you guys kind of step into the chamber, you start to look around, and you can see a chamber, mass amount of roots kind of filling the northeastern side of the chamber, and kind of nestled seemingly with a look of fear and terror, kind of shaking, somewhat growling, appears to be some sort of wolf-like creature as it's kind of sliding back up against the soiled wall of this chamber, and kind of approaching it. You see these beautiful, vibrant balls of yellow light that seem to emanate. I don't know. It's both disturbing and comforting all at the same time. As you all kind of enter the chamber, they kind of shift, and you can see this kind of ornate trail of energy as they kind of twirl and turn, almost seemingly focusing in your direction. As you see this, suddenly the lights go out. The chamber suddenly filled with nothing but the light of Arthur's torch. And as you guys stand here, you see the wolf kind of in terror off there to the side. What do y'all do as you guys stand here at the mouth of this chamber?
Fuck.
Let's look at beast.
Help it.
Might try to say something to comfort the creature? If it can
I pull
understand
my
it
sword
all?
out. I think I said that already, but I still have my sword drawn, and I want to like kind of move myself a little bit ahead of everybody, kind of going towards it, but I don't want to like aggravate it, so I'm being careful as I approach.
Animal
Okay.
handling?
So
What's for those
this.
lights?
So as you okay, so first off, Borgio, you're the only one that's moving into the chamber to go check on this creature. You're all standing here at the mouth.
I'll move in with him
Yeah, I'll move in
if
with him.
everybody wants to move.
If he's going, I'll go.
I'm kind of staying back because this wolf's pretty big.
Where did everyone's characters go? I had them all lined up. So, Borgio, you're the first one to enter the chamber because you're trying to check on the wolf-like creature. You're gently walking forward. Arthur, you said you're following suit.
Yeah, I'm following suit. Shield in one hand, torch in the other.
Aram, you're following too, or you are staying behind?
Staying behind, like where I put my character, that's where I am.
Okay, and then Gregor, you said you were moving in as well, or you were staying with Aaron in the back?
I'm following.
Okay, so you're following. Again, are you guys trying to all clustered walk up together, or you were just kind of like trailing behind and then letting him do his thing?
I was just trailing a bit behind him, you know.
Yeah,
Like we're going in, I'm trying to make sure that I provide light, but you know, let him do his thing. I got my shield at the ready in case.
Do I see anything? Is my detect good and evil getting?
You're looking to your left. You're looking to your right. You're not seeing anything like on ground level about to attack the wolf like it
Kind of
was
above.
before.
Above me?
Sure. So as you're kind of stepping forward, and you know we can only do one thing at a time. So as Borgio is kind of walking forward, you're gauging, looking around. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Ooh, 10.
Okay. Okay. So as you are kind of stepping forward, you're looking around, you're looking to your left, you're looking to your right, you start looking up around the chamber, lightly dim light kind of originating from, you know, one of these small little pustules at the top of the room, the way the occasional, you know, tunnel will be lit. And a pustule, it's a nasty growth on the body. It's like a zit.
There's
So,
some
think-
shady stuff up top.
Think,
Careful.
no, I mean, again, you guys have seen all these little random orange lights that you see in the tunnels and places that
Yeah.
give off 5 feet of dim light.
Okay, I thought that was the light from that good and evil shining, so I get it.
No. But you're starting to walk up towards the wolf. And with that perception check of 10, I am going to say 2 things happen here. As, you know, Arthur's kind of following suit. Gregor's following suit. You're looking around.
Where's Deez?
I didn't get
Shit.
moved.
He's back at camp.
He said, "Fuck you guys, I'm going home."
And I'm assuming he's back here with Aram.
Yeah. So.
You're starting to coax the creature. One, go ahead and give me a animal handling check, Borgio, as you're kind of just getting closer, trying to coax it. Arthur, you're just looking around to your left and right, trying to make sure Borgio's good from behind. Gregor, again, you're actively looking, and as you kind of step into this space, you can see moving with surprising speed, moving through the wall, dropping and coming through down towards Borgio. Borgio doesn't even seem to see it. And it's strange, but it's like your eyes aren't seeing it. It's the undead energy that you're seeing in this moment, and you realize this creature must be invisible. as it is going into a full drop down, and you are just catching the undead wisps of it as it starts to enter your sight. And basically one comes dropping down towards. Oh, I just need to grab it and move it. One comes down and drops towards you, Arthur, and one comes down and drops towards Borgio as it approaches the wolf. What did you get on that animal handling check?
7, which makes sense to me because I'm like approaching it fully stanced with my sword. Like,
Yeah.
I'm being cautious, but he's kind of in like ready to attack mode, so he's like fully kind of slowly approaching it like that. So.
Tracking. Because it's a long sword, right? It should be a long sword. Just want to make sure I have that in my mind's eye correctly.
Yeah,
Okay.
long sword.
It is a
You
long
used,
sword
you used to
plus
work
one.
on a farm? Did you used to live on a farm, Borjo?
I didn't know you stood on.
Sorry, I think we're.
Arthur. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Alright. So, with that being said, I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Whoa.
Come on.
My dice did some crazy
Not
spinning.
bad.
Oh no.
21 ain't bad.
Nope. Not at all.
What? That's
I gotta pull up my character
pretty
sheet. It
powerful.
just disappeared.
Did mine show up?
Yes. 14.
Okay. So I got some things saying you wanted to send the results of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Yeah. I get the same thing. I'm trying to figure out how to make my token.
What? Okay. Alright, there we go. Now it worked.
So, Arthur, what did you get?
10.
10, Gregor?
As well.
10, Archimedes?
14.
14, Aaron? Or Aaron?
21. 21.
21, Borgio?
13.
What was that?
13.
13. Alright. And we're off. Top of the round is Aaron Defa.
Shit. What is like to the left, on the left side there? Is there roots over on the left yonder? Or is it just open, dirty area? Is it, you see what, you know what I'm talking about? Like, let's see, what do I take? Like over here? Like all this area? What's over here?
It's gnarled, occasional root bits that come up out of the ground and dirt
Okay.
and soil, very much like the tunnels.
Cool. Try to make this somewhat quick. Let me dart over there, I guess.
Well, hold
Somewhere
on,
like here.
I do apologize. I do have to resolve the attacks against Borgio and
Go.
Arthur.
Sure.
So the first one is going to be, let's see here. That is a 19 to hit on Arthur.
That hit.
That's 2, 4. That's 8 points of lightning damage.
8 points of lightning. Okay.
And then the other one going for you, Borgio. That is a natural 20.
Family hits.
Are we doing bloody crits?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. 16,
Been doing bloody crits since the start.
22. You take 29 points of lightning damage.
9.
29.
Jeez. Sorry, bro.
How's Borgio looking?
Fucking hurt. Borgia is charred.
Like, you literally just see, like, full on hair fully stood up. Okay, damn. Alright.
That's fucked.
So that is their turn, and then back to the top of the round. So, alright, it is now your turn. You just watched Barjo and Arthur get shocked by these crazy creatures.
What are they?
You can give me a Arcana check to see if you know what these things are.
More so, what is it? Is it just like that glowing?
It's like a glowing
those glowing
ball of
orbs?
light. Yeah, it's like a glowing
Okay,
balls
okay.
of light.
No, that's all. You said earlier that it was something invisible falling down.
Once they attacked and shocked the enemies, they became visible again. Gregor was the only one that saw the.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But it
That's
made
why
me
I
think
worked on
like this was a different creature altogether. But okay, gotcha.
With their stealths and your perception, with them being invisible and you're 30 feet, unfortunately, you couldn't see them.
I'm just trying to think. I'm sorry. Can I just move really not too far away and just kind of take a quick shot at this one here with my arrow? Just move like here. And
Which one? The one on the left, the one attacking Arthur?
yeah, the one attacking Arthur.
Okay.
Can I? No. We'll just make that short bow shot. Fucking hell. 13? 13 hit?
A 13. Somebody thinks something. I'm afraid a 13 does not hit.
Shit. Alright, then. I'm gonna gulp and disengage. And is there like some sort of root or something here that my small nimble body can hide behind?
Unfortunately, it's a pretty open, sprawled area.
Open
The
area.
only bit of roots are the ones that are the wolf are trying to kind of get underneath, but the roots literally kind of shunt straight down from wall into ground, so there's not really space to get behind them.
Totally understand now. I get the whole layout. Okay, then I guess I will just kind of maybe like stand there and be like, fuck.
Okay. That's going to end Aron's turn. Next in the order is the first ball of light currently engaged with you, Borjo. And it's going to just take a shock attack. That is a 12 to hit.
This is
Alright.
Wow.
The one next to you, Arthur, that is a 15 to hit.
That misses.
Alright. So the shocks zip through the air, crashing into the soil next to you as you each kind of sidestep, avoiding the arc of electricity or spectral energy. And so that is its turn, and the others. Next will be the wolf. The wolf, seeing this, currently feared, can't really move, and it doesn't necessarily trust Borjo. It's going to use the dodge action, and that's going to end its turn. Doctor, you're up.
Doctor, give me the news. Borjo was dying.
Nice.
Shit. Now I wonder if I should help him heal or if I should do something else.
What will the doc do?
We'll figure it out.
Dr. Jones, the plane.
Before I try to do any healing, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to bane these things.
Okay.
Bane is a good spell. I like Bane.
So Bane isn't a roll thing; it's a saving throw thing. I'm pretty sure. So
Yes.
what's your spell save? DC.
Well, it says 13, I think.
Okay. And what type of saving throw do they have to make?
Charisma.
Charisma. Okay.
These
I
are
doubt
very
these things
charismatic.
have much charisma.
They don't look very charismatic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Aha. That's 18 for the one currently engaged with Bourgeot. Ugh, that's a 3 for the one engaged with Arthur. So he is currently Bane. Are you trying to Bane anything else? Because I think you can Bane up to 3 creatures.
I'm gonna leave the wolf alone.
Okay. And, let's see here. So that is your action. And
Yeah.
this guy right here, I will put a marker saying he is baned. Alright. What else you do?
I can do a bonus action. Let's see.
You can't burn another spell if it's a spell.
But I can't do one of my special things or whatever.
Oh, if you have like a feature thing that's a, well, he burned a spell slot to cast for his action with Bane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
What special weapon bonus? Oh, bonus
you
action.
can't burn a spell for a bonus action if
Yep,
you've already
I got
burned a spell.
But
for
I
an
can
action.
do my Eldritch Contagion.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
as
yes.
you cast
Does it say it has
Yeah,
to be
it
cast
says-
on a single creature?
One or more.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Oh well. Wait. Sorry. It says when I cast a spell with a spell slot of first level or higher that targets one or more, then I can use a bonus action on the same turn to force one of the spell's targets to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So if you want, you could do it to the one that didn't get affected and see if you can hit him with a random thing.
That's what I'm.
Because he was the
that's what I'm
target of the
gonna
spell,
do,
so even though he succeeded.
Yeah.
So I would, that's how that works. So you burn your bonus action, and you can do this like how many times a day? Like once a day, or every time you burn a spell of first or higher?
I think it's any time I burn a spell slot. Yeah.
Okay, so if you click on the thing, I think it has a D8 table,
D10.
a D10. So go ahead and roll a D10,
Okay.
and I guess it makes a saving throw against your spell save DC again.
I rolled a 6. Number 6.
It's got a land first.
Okay.
His DC says we gotta be 13 because that's what his spell save is. I wouldn't see why. It would
Well, yeah, I was like, I don't know if it's a save thing or if it's just like an auto thing.
Oh yeah. What is it, Chris?
I'm not sure. It just says that they have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, so features and trades, you're in Eldritch Domain. Eldritch Contagion, you rolled an 8, you said. The creature is
A
frightened.
6.
Oh, a 6.
A
The
6.
creature has advantage on attack rolls, and attack rolls against it have advantage.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword with that one.
A
but-
little bit, yeah. So you actually see it kind of pulse and get brighter which in turn makes it a little bit easier to hit, but also seems to kind of invigorated it to a certain extent.
Is that like recklessness? Is that what I'm hearing?
It's kind of like a forced reckless attack on
Gotcha.
the one
Cool.
closest to Borgio.
That's kind of cool.
So yeah, I mean, again, because technically he can use that when he's targeting you guys with a spell too. So again, like he said, it's a kind of a double-edged sword. Beautiful. So that is your bonus action, and do me a favor, tell me, does it require a spell save or does that just auto happen?
I heard wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Use a bonus action
It
on the
says-
same turn to force one of the spell's targets to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. That is a 10, so that is a fail. So
Okay.
okay, so and that's going to be the professor's turn because that's your action, bonus action, unless you're moving.
No, I'm gonna stay.
All right, Borgio, you
A
are
little
up.
better at taking advantage of what my character can do.
No, totally.
No, that's good. Good turn. Yeah.
Borgio, you are up.
Oh, real quick, just a couple steps back. When we entered the chamber, we could see that the wolf was hurt, right?
I mean, it seemed like it was afraid. It seemed like it was recoiling, not necessarily injured, but it's definitely acting like a cornered, injured animal. You know, it's exhibiting that behavior right now. And based off of your previous animal check, you're unsure of how it would respond if you got close to it.
Yeah. Borgio's not great with animals, but in Borgio's head, he thinks dog is in trouble. So he's going to kind of like rotate around the wisp, still staying in melee combat with it. Just like rotate so that I'm kind of in front of in between that and the wolf.
What the fuck is a wolf doing in here?
Okay. Its reaction does get burned when you try to get close to it, as it kind of nips at your feet, again out of fear of your proximity.
Isn't that when you move out of the space? It's moving into.
This is a reaction ability based off of the scenario. So, so it will take. I don't think it hits though. That's
Just don't get damaged, Borgio.
14 to hit.
No.
Yeah. So it just kind of nips at your leg as you start to get close and position yourself between it and the creature, or this pulsing being of light, whatever it may be. What would you like to do?
So I kind of stand in front of the wolf, and I almost put a hand back to like reassure it that I'm protecting it, and then Borgio like looks at the wisp. There's like smoke trailing out of his armor from how charred he just got from being blasted with lightning, and he just lets out this desperate scream of rage, and I would like to rage.
Beautiful.
You guys hear it's not like how do I describe it? It's like this scream, you know. It's not like a roar of like, oh, I'm gonna fight. It's like a ah!
Like full Super Saiyan level scream.
Nice.
As we watch his muscles begin to kind of pulse. Now I do want to ask, are you going all the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d8 right now.
All right, so you, well, I guess tell me the consequences of the roll there, so I know how to describe it.
All right, so this actually is. Oh, hold on, let me double check.
Or actually, just tell me what you rolled.
1.
Okay, so this should be under your class features, right?
Yes. Oh no, I don't. You actually have to look it up. I don't know if it'll show you like the exact thing.
It should be on your character sheet somewhere.
Probably underneath features and
When you
traits.
look at the ability, it just says blah blah blah. Roll on the table to determine the effect produced. So like, but I don't see the actual table anywhere. I just have to pull that up.
It's here. It's got to be here somewhere. Let's see, attack, rage. Should be under rage somewhere. It's not under features and traits. It's not under rage. Okay. Okay, so and you rolled what?
One.
Okay.
I think looks pretty
Oof. Maybe. Let me check something. Oh, okay. Yeah.
good.
So
Narratively, I think that's a good one. Like, I like the.
okay. So they each have to make a save. And it's a save against what DC?
Oh,
8 plus your proficiency plus your con.
that's why it says if the effect requires a saving throw, the DC equals 12 is what it says on my character sheet.
Okay. So then yeah, you probably have a 2 proficiency and a 2 con. So they both succeed, unfortunately, but they still take half damage, I believe. Right?
Yep.
Huh.
So go ahead and roll 1d12.
There's a shout.
I was like, is he exploding in rage?
One second, I'll narrate everything. I just want all the details before we jump into it.
Alright, 7.
7. All right. So and your
And
level
I roll it.
and you're level 3. No, we're going to use the d12 from the damage for that
Okay.
because that just makes sense.
Yes.
So 7 plus your barbarian level for 10.
Yes.
So you guys watch as he starts screaming again for an entire length of a Dragon Ball Z episode. And as he's sitting there screaming, you start to watch kind of almost pulsating from his chest. There's almost a flash of energy kind of emanating from underneath his armor just on his chest. And as he's kind of sitting there screaming, you watch as this kind of blackened and kind of almost outlined with this peridot-like energy, these necrotic-like bolts of energy start emanating and statically shooting off and make contact with the two light creatures. They kind of it's almost like negative photographs for a second as everything kind of shifts and changes color as they are hit with these. They manage to kind of shunt off the effects, but they seem to be somewhat injured. So you said you did 7 damage for each.
Yep.
And
that,
I would even say you see as Borjo finishes the scream, holding the long sword in hand, his eyes open, and you can kind of see this sickly, like peridot trail of arcane energy coming from his eyes.
Oren thinks it's the sword he gave him.
Yeah.
Could I say that his veins are black too from the
Yeah.
second part of that ability?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Okay.
no, it's kind of spread down through your arms. Seemingly, again, everything kind of seems to be like sprawling from this centralized location.
Is that your action?
That was his bonus action.
Dope.
That's my bonus action.
Dope.
Nice.
So,
And now you
I'll
have advantage on that one that's close to you.
Correct.
The one close to me banned or the one by Arthur banned?
The one by
It was
Arthur.
the other effect.
The one that's
Bane.
by Arthur is baned. The one by you has kind of forced
Reck-
reckless attack.
So
Oh, okay.
from his Eldritch abilities. You can kind of see static of like this blue and green and black energy from the Doctor's spell taking effect on the one that's closest to you.
So I get advantage on that?
Correct. And which weapon are you using?
The longsword.
Okay.
So the first one's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I'm just gonna roll again.
Did you-
20, no.
yeah, I was gonna say you got advantage.
Alright, so 24 to hit,
Yep.
and then 6 damage.
6
My weapon is
damage.
magical, so I don't know if that changes it.
It seems to actually strike and make contact with the creature as it kind of slightly is. It's almost like stabbing into an orange with a knife. It kind of stabs and gets stuck there for a second. You have to kind of wrench it free. You see small bouts of this kind of almost like radiant liquid kind of sprawl out as you kind of pull back as it kind of shuts shut.
Crazy good.
The attack seemed to emit full force.
I was really hoping he wasn't just gonna get instantly electrocuted by using a metal weapon
Oh,
on
man.
a lightning ball.
Have you updated Borjo's health? It still looks like you have 31 health.
With 31, he's got 42
That
total.
you were at 31 after all the long rest stuff, I think, and then you just took like 29 points of damage.
29.
Mine had him at 42. Like, I don't know if it was just if I leveled up, if I didn't do the damage from last session.
Yeah, basically you're sitting at about 2 HP right now, from what I'm tracking.
So I was at 31 out of 42 after all the healing.
I would say
I would have cast healing spells during that time frame too of us resting and shit. So you would have been at full health before we left.
then fine, yes. Then 42 minus the 29 then. So
So right now I'm at 13 and 10 hit points.
correct.
But that's my turn.
Okay. Alright, so that's the end of Borjo's turn. Next in the order is Arthur.
All right. Smoke glimmering off his armor. He thrusts the torch into the ground, and he whips out his spear. As he does it, his eyes flare amber, and bonus action, Valid Enmity, giving me advantage for the next minute against the creature in front of me.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
and
I'm
I'm
gonna-
assuming you're turning
I'm
on
gonna-
the one that shocked you, so
Yes, turn the one that shocked me. Just, eyes clear up, and yeah, I'm going to do spear attack advantage.
okay.
Does it 11 hit?
An 11 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Okay,
You
good,
shunt
so-
your spear forward, and it just kind of lightly shifts over to the left, just barely avoiding your spear's attack.
Alright. So, yeah, as I thrust and gain back, have my shield up, I'm engaged with it. So
Okay.
that's my turn.
Okay. So next in the order would be Gregor.
Fast and quick.
Right, I will use my bonus action to. I'm gonna do Bad Luck Charm on the one that attacks Borjo, the one that's not banged.
Okay.
So he gets disadvantage, and then Gregor will leap 1, 2, 3 tiles to the
It
left.
gets disadvantage when attacking you, correct?
It's next attack, roll, saving throw, or whatever is at disadvantage.
Okay. So that means it technically has a straight roll because it has forced advantage currently, so it's just a straight roll.
Or attack.
Yeah.
If it attacks, yes, because it could be saving throw. So I'm going to jump 15 feet to the left, 5, 10, 15, and then I guess you'll see Gregor's stomach expand like twice in size, and then it retracts, and then he spits out a stream of acid going into Tasha's caustic brew.
Nice, nice.
Cool.
So they need to make
What type of
dex save.
What type of damage does this do?
acid.
Acid damage.
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay. And
So
they
they need to
make.
make dex 13 dex save. One should be Bane, one should have disadvantage.
Okay. So this is a spell effect, correct?
Yes.
So. Okay. So first one rolled 27.
What?
Jeez.
And
So high.
the second one.
Even with Bane, it rolled a 27.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I forgot the Bane.
Well, still,
I-
26.
Still.
don't even worry.
Hey man, you have a chance.
And then the other one.
Disadvantage.
So it rolled a 14 and a 12. So 21.
Oh, that's
It's got a high dex. They're very dexterous.
Well, they miss, and that is my turn.
Dang.
Damn, that's cool.
Do they not take half damage, or is it just hit or miss?
Misses.
Okay. So yeah, they kind of shift over to the side, kind of watch him wisp and kind of focus in your direction.
Uh-oh.
Alright, so that is Gregor's turn. Next in the order is Arn.
Shit. Arn's just going to look at that one that's in front of Arthur,
Mm-hmm.
and as he looks at it, his eye pulses, and you don't feel it, you don't know, but he feels it, and he just feels the pulse and wave go through him as he tries to unleash the curse through the evil eye on the one in front of Arthur.
Absolutely. And as he kind of feeling the stress of the situation, seeing how horribly injured Bourgeot is, and that extreme burst of power that he kind of releases, again, the moment kind of becoming intense as he's looking kind of rough, you start to feel this pain, this thwump in your mind, just behind your eye. And I want to know, what does this look like as this manifests?
Well, he's got different color eyes. He's got one blue eye, and then his right eye is like yellow.
Okay.
And as it manifests, is basically it just flares bright yellow.
Beautiful. I kind of almost imagine. I don't know if you've played Elden Ring, but whenever you use the what is the spell called?
Flaming Frenzy.
Flaming Frenzy. There's almost like a burst in the eye, and then these like tendrils of flame kind of like almost shoot out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like in this moment, as you feel this pressure build up, you open the eye, it bursts and illuminates, and we watch as these almost tendrils of energy outstretch, of auralent energy, that land and strike at the creature. Do they make a saving throw, or is it just automatic?
Yes, DC 12 charisma, please.
And
you're
it's
paying.
Bane.
It was a 14, but minus the Bane, that's an 11.
It
Yeah.
hits. It hits.
So it has
Perfect.
Evil Eye on it.
Yeah. So it's marks.
Now,
So
remind
now,
me, what does that do again?
It gives me ability to do reaction or curses.
Okay.
I can use my depends on what situations, like one if I miss an attack, and two if I
Gotcha.
roll an 18 or 19. So now I'm going to dash at this thing. 1, 2. Well, not dash, just run. 20. Is that 20?
Yes.
And I'm going to
15.
give it a good old slash with my sword
All right.
behind it.
Go ahead and give
If
me.
it's behind it or something.
I mean, you can go here. You have enough movement speed to make it there.
Okay,
in
so
the
yeah,
flanking position.
I hit it with BI, and then at the same time I'm running and dodging underneath Gregor's acid poison and coming up with a good old slash at it from
Absolutely.
behind.
Running,
My
burst
short
of
sword.
energy, go into a full-on baseball slide, pop up, and
Yes.
strike with the sword. So go ahead and give me an
Nice.
attack roll with advantage.
With advantage, alright.
This is the one on Arthur.
Awesome. 15.
15 unfortunately does not hit. You swing
Well.
wide and it pops up.
Ah! I use my reaction,
Mhm.
and the eye flares more, and you see that I get to make an additional weapon attack by spending one cheat score. So I get to
Okay.
attack one more time.
Okay.
Nice.
Do I get advantage still?
Yeah. You're still flanking.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Natural
Yeah.
20 hits.
Oh,
So that's awesome. So
Nice,
that's a
dude.
bloody crate with 2d6 sneak damage. So short sword
So
is
that's
2d6.
12. Short sword is a d6, so that's
No, it's 2d6.
the short sword does 1d6 plus whatever your dex mod.
It says
No,
right here. It says
D-
2d6 plus 3.
D&D Beyond automatically, as soon as you roll, as soon as you
Oh,
roll a
it's
natural
doing the
20,
standard
it doubles
critical-
your. Yeah.
It
Exactly.
changes to 2.
So that's why I'm stressing.
Yeah.
Short sword uses 1d6. Your sneak attack is 2d6, so that's 3d6 automatically. So that's 18 points of damage plus whatever you roll, plus the damage modifier for the first dice rolls that you make. So, whatever the first d6 is on the short sword is, and whatever your first set of d6s are for your sneak attack, is what we'll use to add on to the bloody crit damage.
I'm just gonna roll 3d6s.
Sure, that works too.
So that's 6, 4, and a 1.
So that's 11 plus
18.
18, so that's 29 plus
Plus
what,
three.
3, so
Three.
that's 32
Short sword?
points of damage.
damn.
16, okay. Yeah, even your weapon starts to phase through it with that first strike. You come back, your eye illuminates. It doesn't seem as though the weapon has as much effect, but you don't let that slow you down. You just immediately start fervently slashing at this thing with all your might, with incredible speed. Your eye illuminating, again, these tendrils outstretching. It almost looks like you're connected to it for a moment, but it's just being shrunken and weakened down as you strike and slice at it, until eventually you just watch as the light begins to fade and it dissipates, kind of particulizing into the air.
And I look up at Arthur, and you just see my eye just flaring still.
Oh man.
And so that is your action and bonus action.
Bonus action and my
Movement.
reaction. So
And-
that's
and your-
basically
that's
my
everything.
movement. That's everything, man.
So next is going to be the creature's turn. This one being no more. This one still up close and personal with Bourgeot is going to take its attack. That is a 16 to hit.
What about its Bane?
That one is
It's
not
not Bane's.
baned. The one
That's
yeah,
the Bane
that
one,
one-
isn't it? The
No,
other one
that-
had the.
Nope. I left a
No.
note on them when that happened, so no. It's
Oh, okay.
That was the
Uh,
one that's
This is
It's
the one
got
that has a
advantage.
straight attack because of the imposed
Uh,
disadvantage on its next attack.
I'm getting our characters mixed up because I thought Arthur was
Bourgeot.
Bourgeot.
Gotcha. Everybody's got a name next to their character.
I don't
Yeah.
see the name. All I see is my name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
we only
bad
see our
character?
names.
Because Gregor cast bad luck on it, or did Gregor cast bad luck on the other one?
It casts bad luck on this one, but this one currently has advantage because of the Eldritch Domain thing from.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
technically the bad luck's gone because it's just its next roll, and it did the saving throw against my dex save. So
Gotcha. So then technically it has advantage then, so I need to roll again. It rolled worse that time. So does a 19 hit? Or
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I rolled. Right? Yeah. No, it was a 16. It was the first one.
Yeah.
16 hits? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Alright, then that's
Oh god.
close. That's 12 points of lightning damage as another burst of spectral electricity kind of shocks out, right? And you also technically feel another snip and growl from behind you as the terrified wolf snaps at your ankle as you kind of are trying to avoid this attack and get shocked. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh no.
That is
Doctor.
You take 7 points of piercing damage. I need you to give me exactly.
Oh, yeah,
you are raging, so
yeah.
have that. The first one you do not have, but this one you definitely would have. What did I say? Seven points of damage. So yeah, down to 3. Yeah, sure. And I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
Oh no. We want
Got
to
his
make
ankle.
I want us to bring this wolf home, so every time we get back to the camp, they're like, these guys just keep bringing shit back. They're fucking crazy.
Look what we found today.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna stop letting us go out.
Okay, kids.
21.
21? Okay, so you do succeed, so you are not knocked prone.
Oof.
As she kind of just rips at your leg a little bit. That's going to be her turn. Archimedes, you are up. Borjo, you are on deck.
Okay. So, Borjo, he just said you're not knocked prone, but are you out of HP?
No, I'm still up.
Oh, okay.
It looks really, really charred and really hurt.
Pretty fucked up.
But it's up to you. Whatever you think is best.
Yeah.
He said he was a cleric, but we were never quite sure.
I'm gonna cast.
He's an archaeologist.
No, I know that's an Adventure Zone reference.
Yeah.
Am I able to get close enough to touch him? I got 30 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you just take 20 feet to get up close and personal with him.
Okay. So, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
You run up, you raise your hand to your chest, it starts to fill with this kind of blue and green and purple energy as you start to throw your hand out right, reaching to try to grab and place a hand on his shoulder. Go ahead and roll your healing.
13 healing.
Nice, very nice. That's a solid amount of heals.
That is
Yeah.
Actually during that time, because I can see it, because I have this, you can add an extra 1d10 to that due to my angelic
Oh.
blood.
So-
And damn it just happened again, man.
So your eyes kind of illuminate for a moment, and you throw out your kind of you kind of stake your lance or spear into the ground and throw your hand out for a moment, amplifying the magic that the doctor is kind of tapping into. So
Yeah.
either you or the doctor add that 1d10. You said
An extra 5.
There you go. Thank you.
Beautiful. So you are healed an additional 20? It's 20 hit points.
It's 18.
18 hit points. So pretty good.
That's a good heal.
Nice.
So the total healing was 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
13 plus 5.
Beautiful. So you run up, and that I believe is your action. I think that's an action spell, right?
Yeah.
So you still have a bonus action, and you still have 10 feet of movement.
Well, technically, I can do my Eldritch Contagion again.
This is true.
Oh.
It would have to be targeted on who you just cast the spell on, but yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
But
Oh,
you could
sorry.
roll-
No.
You could give him recklessness again, or you could. I don't know what the other effects are. Maybe
yeah, I
there's
was like,
some good ones.
do
Some
it.
of them are pretty negative.
Let's do it. Just for shits and giggles. I want to see.
Okay, why not?
Play with
You
your
just got
powers.
this. Yeah, play with your powers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play with it.
Learn how it works. Your character hasn't ever done these things before, so.
You just heal them. It's okay.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Eldritch Contagion.
Roll a d10.
Nice.
Wow,
Oh,
it
jeez.
threw everything in there.
Nice.
So
Alright,
let's
frightened by you.
roll a d10.
Let's see. What, like
7.
6? Aw. Deafened.
You're deafened.
You cannot see, and you're blind. All of a sudden,
Suddenly-
it's just the electric shock just like rings
Wait,
through.
No, yeah,
You can't
watch
see
his
objects or
eyes.
creatures more than 30 feet away.
Yeah. Wait. Deafened and cannot see objects or creatures more than 3. Okay, so you immediately become short-sighted and you cannot hear anything around you. Your eyes are kind of swimming with these swirls of black, blue, and green and purple. It's kind of like a fucked up, dark, twisted aurora borealis going through your
Damn.
eyes right now, and but you're feeling a bit better for the lack of not being able to hear. It's kind of like that Gilderoy Lockhart moment in Harry Potter where he's like, no, I can fix this. He heals the arm by removing all the bones. Yeah, freaking. But you're feeling better. So, beautiful. I love it.
Well, doesn't he have to do a wisdom saving throw?
That is fair, yes. You do need to give us a wisdom saving throw. DC, I think you said was 13.
Yeah.
It is the wisest of the brewers, so.
Damn right.
Would this be considered an effect that I can see?
Hey, 14.
No, I'm not. In this instance, I mean, he's coming up to your side and kind of placing a hand on your shoulder. Your focus is on the creature in front of you. I'm going to say no in this one because you've seen him cast this spell before, and it's a good thing normally. So you fully trust it. I'm going to say this is not something you were expecting.
So I got a 14.
That succeeds. So you do not feel the
Okay.
effects of the deafened, and you start
Okay,
that
good.
starts to occur, and then you kind of shake it off, and it kind of fades away, and you just see the creature in front of you.
He looks at me and I just kind of shrug, like, oh, whatever.
Now, I will say this: the last line there says this effect ends early if you use this feature again. So the other creature that had recklessness
Does not have reckless anymore. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And it's only if you use the feat, not if it succeeds, right? So
if you use it, just as if
exactly. All right, cool. So yeah, that is your bonus action in action and 20 feet of your movement. So unless you're moving, that's going to be.
I
your
already
turn.
moved.
You moved 20 feet.
Yep. You can
Yeah,
move
I'm good here.
Okay. So then that brings us to Bourgeot. You've just been somewhat rejuvenated, deafened for a fraction of a second, and lightly blinded, but you've come to, and you feel another burst of energy. As you look down, you can see the kind of almost varicose veins spreading through this strange tension you feel in your chest. You can see small little static sparks still kind of emanating of this necrotic-like lightning as you kind of shift and move your feet.
So when he did his first swing, it was like a really slow, kind of heavy swing, you know. And I'm just gonna do that same thing, but almost like an upward slash,
Like full-on uppercut with the blade.
It's almost like I'm like putting everything into it, and it's just this like big, heavy swing at it, you know.
Beautiful. Yeah. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. I think this is just a normal attack roll.
16.
16 does not hit, I'm afraid.
turn.
So, you did attack, so your rage is still maintained. Action, you gonna do anything with your bonus action? Can you do anything with your bonus action?
No, I can't do anything with my bonus action.
Alright, so then that brings us to Arthur.
All right. I shift and pivot, charging forward towards the ball. As I'm running forward, my eyes flare up, and bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
What?
Okay.
What?
So, is that a saving throw?
I think so. Save throw? I'm
What,
pretty
for
sure.
Hunter's Mark?
Go. Excuse me, I remember Matt having to roll them.
Says you choose a creature you can see within range, mystically marking it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6. So I just mark them. It's
That's
not a
cool.
save.
It's
So
an automatic thing.
it's an automatic thing.
Cool.
So bam, and I lunge forward with my spear. See
Okay.
if it hits. I hope. So. Nope. 12.
Unfortunately,
Slightly missed.
you're kind of jabbing at it. Again, this thing is kind of floating / flying in the air, so as it's kind of sitting there moving and shifting, you just strike at it, and unfortunately, you don't strike true. So that's your
Zips.
action. Yeah,
Yeah,
it kind of zips
bonus
around.
action,
Imagine like a
action.
giant knobby, almost, without seeing a fairy
So,
inside
yeah,
the ball of
And,
light.
and I just showed up, spear ready, to protect my allies around me.
All right, that's going to be your turn. Gregor, you are up, and then Aaron, you are on deck.
I will cast Mind Sliver. It's gonna get 13 hits today.
I'm pretty sure, unless I have a negative. Oh, actually, no, that's still a 14.
Okay. Then I will burn 2 sorcery points to quicken spell, and I will cast another Mind Sliver.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's a fail.
Voice.
He takes 3 psychic damage,
3
Hey.
psychic damage.
and then he has minus a d4 on his next save.
Cool.
So 3. Beautiful. The light of this thing is kind of like fluctuating and pulsing. It's shifting and moving ever more fervently. So that's your action and bonus action, Gregor.
Just stay there.
Okay. So that'll end Gregor's turn. Arn, you are on deck. Or you are up.
Still keeping my eye open, I focus on the next lightning bolt. Must roll a charisma saving throw. Please.
Charisma.
Minus the mind sliver too.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a natural 20.
Shit. Well, it didn't work.
I think technically that's a critical success in combat.
Yep.
So,
I will then engage behind it, I guess then, or just move closer to it.
okay.
Give it a stab.
Alright.
Do I have advantage for this?
Oh yeah, I mean you guys are fully surrounding and flanking this thing at this point. Granted, it is airborne, but it is still rather adjacent to the ground. So,
23.
23 does hit.
Cool. Here's some piercing damage for you. 12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel your blade kind of graze through it, feeling light resistance.
Nothing like I saw Bourgeot hit it. earlier.
Exactly, like it's not making contact with it as effectively or efficiently as the blade he wields. However, even with the it not being as effective, it has been doing some damage. And you jump up with a full spin with all your might. How do you want to do this?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say I jump up and give it a good old slice and just go right through it, and I guess it just like bisects it, it like splits into all kinds of little lightning particles.
Yeah,
Zaps
the
out.
ball itself kind of splits for a moment. You see it kind of remain stationary, split in the two halves, and then as it dissipates into light particles, no longer moving. At that moment, you just hear the kind of growling and whining and kind of skittering movement back of this wolf now that it's feeling incredibly boxed in as all of you stand here within this kind of corner of the chamber.
I would quickly put away my weapons, put my hands up. Like,
Okay.
we mean you no harm.
No.
Do you stay where you're at, or do you approach?
I stay where I'm at.
Okay.
I don't want to. I see that it's already a little bit tempered because we're kind of surrounding it. I don't want to cause it any more temperance. I just want to show
kinda
that we mean it no harm.
Snarling and ready to snap at Borjo, technically. After your turn, it is her turn, so she is going to... that is a 18 to hit, Borjo. Does that hit?
Yeah, 18 hits, yeah.
Okay, so that's 8 points of piercing damage halved to 4. And you need to give me a strength saving throw.
Did you say 8 halved?
Correct.
Wolf, get inside here. That's what I want to know.
I get an advantage on strength checks, but my first roll is a 22.
22, that's a success. So you are not knocked prone as it nips and bites at your leg. Actually, at your arm. You're a relatively short guy. And as you're having that thought, Aaron, how does a wolf get down here? Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. Make it a history.
History check.
Yeah. We're using this as general recollection.
12.
12? No, unfortunately, not quite high enough. And since you're the only one that's technically had that kind of externalized passing thought, yeah, unfortunately, you're still left just as confused as you were a moment before. Why? Where did this wolf come from? But after that would be technically the professor's turn. Or the doctor's turn.
Sacred plan.
Do we have any food to give it?
So, well, I mean, I do have advantage on persuasion or proficiency or in persuasion.
You probably need animal handling. Just
Yeah,
sidebar.
exactly.
Maybe we go back to camp and somebody there could be good with pets, animals. And they could.
So just run back to camp and have it follow us.
Yeah.
All this conversation wouldn't be happening in this moment.
Well,
So,
I have some assorted veggies.
large wolves are definitely known for their love of
Salad.
vegetables.
I mean, it's worth a shot just to
I have a
kinda
mouse, but
show
we're
that
not
I'm trying to give them
sacrificing
something.
the mouse.
So I'm gonna take my veggies and kind of put it in my hand and kind of offer it and kind of drop it on the floor right in front of him.
Here, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say with offering the veggies, that's gonna give you disadvantage if anything against this wolf.
I know it's not a big hunk of meat, but it's me showing that I'm trying to give him
No,
something.
no. I'll
You
say
don't have you don't have jerky or anything in your bag?
Should have rations.
We have rations. But
I have rations, but those are mine.
Yeah, that's jerky.
there we go.
That's I'll say just give me a straight animal handling check as the professor kind of turns towards the wolf, throwing a pile of vegetables on the ground and trying to kind of
Shit.
9.
it just immediately like now growling at both you and Borgio.
It's fucking unappreciative.
I would be.
So that are you gonna do anything else? I'm gonna say that's basically your turn.
I guess.
So, Borgio, you see this creature growling at you once again. You've jumped in front of it and in essence, helped protect it. I'm going to say you get another chance at a potential animal handling check here.
Where's our druid?
And I will kind of like stick my sword in the ground a little bit and like lean on it as I'm reaching into my bag, and then I'll pull out some of my rations, which I'm assuming is jerky.
Sure.
Kind of like offer it up to the wolf a little bit and just try to like,
Kind of like, the professor throws down his pile of vegetables and he's like, you see, wonderful food, whatever. I don't know what the professor sounds like. I imagine a little.
I'm gonna say too. What goes great with jerky? Some veggies.
And as the wolf is like not liking it, Borgio comes up. He's like, I kind of imagine the look of this. You'll probably like this a little bit more than the veggies. And you pull out a thing of rations as you stab your sword into the ground. And as you step forward, go ahead and make a animal handling check with advantage.
So the first one was a 1, which I get a re-roll.
Correct.
It's a 2, so not much better.
Jeez.
Shout out to the 2 crew.
11.
11. Yeah, unfortunately, this thing is...
He's trying to help us here.
Is super terrified. And again, it feels unsafe, boxed in.
Does it eat the jerky though?
No, the jerky just kind of rests there on the ground next to the vegetables.
Oh, I didn't let go. I was just kind of like holding my hand.
Then it does not snatch the jerky from your hand. It doesn't approach. Again, it's looking like an animal in the corner of a cage.
I'll turn to the group. I just tackle this thing to the ground. And I could probably subdue it pretty easily.
I don't know.
Be my turn, I guess.
Alright. Gregor, you are up.
That was Arthur.
That's Arthur, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, Arthur.
No. I'm like, as he says that, I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. Interesting though. But like, as my hand touches you, you get 10 points of healing.
Is that Borgio?
Yeah, Borgio.
So you
And
kinda
then,
go
like,
and place a hand on the shoulder.
Shields on my back, and I'm just like, if I'm allowed to, I'll try to like, maybe we should maybe back up a little bit in space. It might be a little on edge. Get bumped in. And then I kind of start backing up slowly, keeping my eye contact on it, and then
Okay. And that'll end your turn. And then
About how far was camp from here? Where we are.
couple hours journey through the tunnel.
Yeah, these tunnels are long.
Yeah, it's not right around the corner.
That's what I was thinking.
So I tried to explain to you guys this is not a combat accurate map.
It
Yeah.
didn't take us.
Only the chambers are a little more accurate than the hallways. I feel the hallways are not representative as long as I just assume it just takes hours. Really.
Alright, well, I guess I will just look around this tunnel. Are there any other entrances? I mean, exits? This is a dead end, right?
Yeah, this little chamber here is just a singular chamber. There's no other points of ingress.
I guess maybe we should just leave some food and go. I mean, I don't know. Just going kind of in turn.
I mean, it's been like a solid 5 hours of travel at least.
Oh, no, I'm alright.
Well, I'm gonna start resting. I'm just going to sit in the back of the room and try to get a short rest. Well, he will do stuff. That's my turn.
Okay, well, we're not quite at that point yet, but good to know. So in this moment, though, are you doing anything with the actual stuff that's taking place?
Because I think we're technically still like engaged in battle.
Yeah, with this one wolf, and I'm not doing anything. I'm staying with
Like, get away from me, sir.
Well, let's go. And then my turn's over.
Right. And that brings
But
us
Gregor,
back
we
to
need a wolf friend.
Arn. I will say, let's see, let me look at each one of y'all's intelligence.
It's man's best friend.
Should we just make infinite? Let's just make an infinite amount of animal check until we get enough.
Yeah, there we go.
Realizing what's happening here.
Somebody just has to roll good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Archimedes, give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Eight.
Yep, we don't remember. So,
Shit.
so you move out of the way.
If we could just stop
you and your
rolling like
crew.
dog shit.
Aaron, this wolf just looks like it's trying to look for any points of escape or exit. What do you do?
I'd be like, guys, how did this wolf get here? I mean, there's never anything alive in here. Mind rats, so
I think really hard.
Whatever. And I kind of put my hands up and just kind of like back away, like
Those of
know,
you that have not made a intelligence history check may do so now.
Oh, right.
God, we need 5.
I'm so
I
smart.
got a nat 1, baby. I'm just...
Shit.
Nope.
we're all clueless to this.
Shout out to the one crew, man.
Come on,
I think maybe if we like back away from it,
I'm backing
that
away.
it might feel better.
We mean
Oh.
you no harm. How did you get here? I'm just gonna try and talk to it, like I do with Nicodemus, I guess you could say.
For sure. I mean, it still just seems rabid and feral and frightened right now, based off.
Can Nick just communicate with it?
Do I get any sort of animal handling check because of that, or?
Have you already taken an animal handling? Then I will say you may take one.
And then I'll try.
Man, God.
I'll be like,
And I want you guys to know, each time a fail
Okay.
happens, that DC does go up.
Yeah, I know.
But
Oh shit.
yeah, and I believe everyone has attempted to try to
I
haven't done
haven't.
it yet.
coax this animal.
I'll try it.
Um,
I'm like,
So-
it's okay. We need you know how.
well, first,
believe in you, Gregory.
Arn, are you doing anything else?
Maybe
Oh,
just
it was
kinda-
almost nat 20.
I'm just.
Nope.
You know what?
Nope.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing where I am and kind of making sure it's I don't know.
Okay.
That we mean it no harm. That I'm not aggressive towards it. I want to show no aggression.
Understood.
Oh my god.
The
Elbow
wolf
so
is then
low.
going to take its attack on Bourgeot.
I throw my spear.
That is a 17 to hit.
It's
You take 5 plus 9 points halved to 4 points of damage.
in a strength check.
And a strength check. Yeah.
I played a druid once. the wolf abilities.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get, poor Joe?
Oh no, 7.
Get it back,
Was-
hold on.
Wasn't there
Oh.
somebody missing?
You saying it's a werewolf?
2 sevens? There's no way.
Damn. We rolling bad.
Yeah. No, so you are knocked prone as you fall to the ground as the creature shakes your leg like a rag doll for a second. However, it does release the grapple on you as you are knocked prone. And you watch as it tries to leap over you. 15, 20, 25,
Too many
30.
attacks.
So I will stress that both Borjo and Aaron are given the opportunity for a potential attack of opportunity. Now, granted, you're on the ground, Borjo, so that would be a disadvantage. But if you guys wish to take attacks against this creature, you may do so.
Can I do a
No,
grapple
don't hurt
attack?
it.
Can I do a grapple attack? Like try and grab onto it?
You could attempt to do a grapple check for that attack. Well, actually,
I'm gonna.
no. I think for attack of opportunities, it has to be a melee,
Action swing?
a standard
What?
melee attack.
I wouldn't do any sort of thing like that.
I think
don't
there's
try
a
and grab it.
grappler feat that lets you do grapples with your attack
Okay.
of opportunity. That's the only reason why I say
Gotcha.
that.
Okay,
But
no, I wouldn't do anything.
okay, so you let it run by. Borjo, what are you doing?
Yeah, I let it jump over me.
Okay. And Arm, as it kind of runs by, you see that there's kind of a makeshift small little kind of tunneled hole. As it starts to kind of like dig through, it seems to kind of disappear, the whole kind of almost shifting and kind of collapsing behind it.
It
Damn.
collapsed? The whole collapsed?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, that's not a normal wolf, guys.
That or these tunnels and holes aren't stable. But
Yeah.
That wolf sucked. Let's go.
So we had our shot. I was about to say, like, I want to see how it would react if we just all, like, walked away. And it realized that we're not trying to kill it.
Yeah. I'm picking the torch back up. It's still lit.
okay.
If I needed to do one,
I will say I will give one last intelligence history roll in this moment as you guys are standing here kind of dumbfounded at what you just kind of watched.
I don't want to meta, but I know what it is now. I'm pretty sure I figured it out.
Did you say intelligence or history?
Okay, I just rolled history. I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 16.
What did I get?
Okay, well,
11.
the DC did go up the more and more you guys tried to recall, but with the 21, you absolutely do recall. Borjo is actually mentioning it after having a conversation with Limnor. She talked about her best friend and companion, Coral, who was lost here in these areas, and she described her having a beautiful hair, and it was a bit weird at the time, but now that you're seeing this creature, it actually kind of makes sense that some of the descriptors she was using might have actually been applied to like an animal companion and not a humanoid companion.
I smack myself on the forehead and go, guys, I just remembered. this,
Oh yeah.
this is probably her friend.
Doesn't matter
I
now.
Yeah.
want to call out Coral. Do a couple whistles.
Unfortunately,
The tunnel collapsed.
yeah, the name Coral is not heard as you shout it out
Jesus
and whistle. But you guys stand here within this chamber, a bit beaten up, a bit sore, a bit charred. Gregert, I believe, said he was going to go sit off to the side and try to catch his breath. So you want to spend an hour sitting off to the side. Anything else you guys are doing here in this chamber? Or?
Do we need to be taking a rest for Gregor?
I don't know.
Is there
I'm ready to
anything
move forward.
Is there anything of interest in this chamber?
I mean, it's just an open chamber.
Give me
It doesn't
an-
look like.
Give me an
This wasn't-
investigation check.
Sure.
All right.
If we're spending an hour in here, I'm gonna start digging out the collapsed tunnel the wolf ran through.
I got a 16.
You will not gain a short rest if you do that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
My game is at 12. You don't want to rest?
Uh,
Aren't you like low life?
I got 16.
I healed the shit out of him, and then so did Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
What were your investigations?
16.
12 and a 16.
12.
So, Arthur, you actually go and look over sort of adjacent to where the wolf was, a little bit more underneath and kind of in the knotted roots that kind of stretch from the wall into the ground. And you can see, it almost looks like there's something in there. You kind of lean down on the ground for a moment. And as you kind of peer in, it looks like some incredibly withered with age and just the general passage of time, what appears to be skeletal remains adorned in ramshackle, tattered leather bits. But you do see, kind of near the hip of this creature, what appears to be a vial.
Oh. I see the remains, and it's like poor soul. And I grab the vial. I'm like, well, let's check this out.
It's
Hey,
kind of a
Found a vial here, guys.
it's kind of a
Stuff in it.
almost looks like a weird lava lamp mixture of red and amber.
Okay.
I like it.
Do you guys know what this could be? Professor? Gregor? Any of you guys know what this could be?
Does anybody here have any proficiency with alchemy?
No. Just looks like a lava lamp to me.
And then thinking about healing and resting, I'm like, oh, I do have that. To look down on my chest, I'm like, oh, I do got this amulet here. That's it's dawning on me.
Nobody really got hit except for Borger.
Yeah. It's like, Borjo, do you want to stare at this amulet so you can get some healing?
When you say that, you look over and see Borjo like head first digging into
Yes.
this tunnel.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it's again, most of it's kind of collapsed. A lot of kind of again rancid. It's kind of muddy. Dirt keeps kind of falling in. It doesn't really seem like you can get a solid tunnel formed here with these last 2 minutes that have passed.
If there's any gap though, or the whole time I'm digging, I want to be like coral, like into the tunnel.
Yeah, unfortunately, no
same
effect.
I'll take a quick break though. I'll get up and go look at the amulet that Arthur's holding out.
Okay. So basically, that lets
So-
you use hit dice, I believe, like you're taking a
it
short
says-
rest.
Yeah, once per short rest, the holder and their allies can use a bonus action to look at the amulet, granting them a healing surge, allowing them to expand up to half of their hit dice to regain hit points equal to the amount rolled plus their con mod.
That's a lot of stuff.
It basically means you can use half of your hit die for a bonus action, as though you were almost as though you were taking a short rest, but not actually getting the physical benefits of a short rest.
Do you roll 2 hit die, or what?
I think technically you round down. So right now you would just get to use 1 with a bonus action at a glance.
Alright. Plus your con modifier.
Yeah, plus your con.
Yeah. So yeah, bam. I'll do that as well as we both look at. Ah.
So, roughly 5-10 minutes go by. You guys kind of exchange looks with the amulet and kind of rejuvenate yourself a bit.
Nice.
For those that wish to do so. And so
Yeah.
after, are you guys going to chill here the whole hour?
Ready when you guys are.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I don't need to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
After
was
feeling
ready to
that
go.
energy.
I'll just get 1 ability back. If y'all just want to say wait an hour, I think that'd be. I mean, that's all. I'll just get my bad open back and just say, stay here an hour. So it sounds good.
Let's move ahead.
Let's go check some of these chambers. We gotta remember to tell
Did we
them
wait an
our
hour or not? Did we wait an hour? Did we wait an hour or not?
I mean, it sounds like the party wants to keep moving as opposed to stopping for an hour. Again, that's not really practical and not what would normally happen in an actual moving forward story in the same day. You would keep moving until the day is over.
No, you can stop whenever you want. I mean,
Yeah, technically a short rest can take place. Rules as written. Yes, that is correct.
No.
so if no short rest, then Arthur didn't use the amulet, and then I don't get anything back.
No, that's not how the amulet works. The amulet does not give you a short rest. It lets you use your hit die.
It's per short rest.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
not
it's like doing a short rest, but no. So you just look at it.
Okay, so you still can't use it
and
for
you
a day.
rejuvenate
Okay,
it.
you can't use it again for the day. So that's all. Okay,
I
we
think
don't wait an
so.
hour.
It says
fine.
once per short rest.
Just the
So.
exact same.
Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do this.
So we'll move to.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's 2 more chambers. You said.
I
Two
have
different torches?
my torch out.
Yep. There's the thoroughfare right here. Which if you
Let's go down.
all move this way, and Arthur has his torch out.
Yep.
You would see
Oh, yeah.
the kind of makings of 2 separate tunnels.
So
I heard it down. Let's go down.
Go, you guys want to? You guys will go this way.
Yeah, let's go down.
yeah.
Right, so
Stealthily.
I'm going to try to keep you guys clustered so I can move you all at once.
Oh, okay.
Alright, just a second.
Downwards. March.
I'm going to change the music in a second.
I would like to mention to the group as we're kind of walking somewhere, it's like, while we're looking, the camp that we've been staying at is not like their first camp. They had another camp somewhere, and Yejin had asked me to find some traps, some supplies that they had left there. So that might be the objective we should be looking for.
True.
First day.
Yeah.
Did he give me any sort of direction to where that camp is? He just said to me that there was a camp.
He described to you the chambers, but you guys already found remnants of an old campsite.
Did we?
Yeah, that was where you
Yeah,
guys
in
fought
the
the
other
violet
tunnel.
fungi.
Yeah.
Yes, we found tools there. Like that. And the assorted vegetables.
But so I never found any of the stuff that he told me to find there. I thought that
you
was
did.
the
You found
one-
your first trap there, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was the one one that had plenty of seeds, plenty of growth, but too many rats, too many undead. So I made wall lattices and placed them on the hill. And in addition, I'd reset the wires to see if anyone goes off, and it would fleet forward and cut anyone with razors. And I had found like those traps.
Yeah, that was the room where you guys found the tools with the razors and wire.
Exactly. That.
And then
Is that
there
the
was
first
another. No, then after that chamber was the chamber with the violet fungi and the mud zombie.
That was the camp. That was the camp.
Correct.
Oh my God, we gotta go back there.
You got the trap there.
But there's
That was the
also
second trap.
at the same camp were his old supplies, including all the pieces he needed to make doors, a stronger deterrent, and their leather satchel.
Well, you know that they've
Now,
had multiple camps here in these ditches. So again,
So we'll
they've
find
been
that at the
moving-
next one.
So clearly didn't match the description with the razor wire and razor blades or whatever. That's not the one. No, you've gotten the one that had the spring trap with the razor wire, and you've gotten the one that I think was like a.
Black Stone and Evil. Never trusted it, not once. I thought that was the.
That was the room with Gustav, and the trap that you collected there.
Exactly. So the last two I have are this camp we have right now is our second. Our first one was too much for us, too many undead. We moved too fast and it overwhelmed us. I set off one of my trip mines there. I'm sure the mechanism is still intact, even if the charge isn't. And then this last clue I have is that the same camp are my old supplies. So that third room, up the little trek that we went to, that third room with all the fungus and stuff, that was their second camp. That is
a previous camp. I'd have to go and read through the entire module to try to find the specific order for the camps. So I'm not going to do that right now. But I do know it was remnants of one of their old camps because there were small bits and pieces of an old setup that Sesher had there. That was one of the things where you found the root vegetables. So it was referenced there. They also referenced that they had gone there and that roots had been cut away, used as tinder. And there was even remnants of an old fire pit kind of thing made there. So the space had definitely been used before by dredgers. Fun stuff of all the maps here. There's the map. We're heading south. Alright, so just bringing a lot of stuff to work with. So you start to make your way again further still, pushing now, going maybe another 3-4 hours. You've now been traveling and pushing for roughly 9 hours, going on 10 hours straight. Exhaustion is beginning to set in, so I do need everybody to give me Constitution saving throws.
Alright. You said con save?
Con save.
Alright.
Alright.
15.
15. Aaron?
5.
5. Doctor?
14.
14.
Oh shit. I did not mean to roll 4 times.
You rolled a natural 20.
What is it? 20. And Greg?
23.
23. Alright, so Aaron, you do take a point of exhaustion. All of you, you feel the exhaustion trying to set in. You are all trying to push through it, but you guys are feeling kind of sore from the day's travel. You start to worm your way again through these tunnels. You feel yourself getting kind of lower and lower into the earth. Eventually, you come around a number of corners and find what appear to be massive tree roots, kind of hacked free and covered in spikes that fill this kind of downhill slope before you. It's hard to tell. Those of you that have dark vision, and I know you can see out to 120 feet, I think, in standard dark vision. Although I will say, with that torch kind of lit when you were tapping into that dark vision, it is affected by a bright torch in the darkness in front of you. But I would say, even because I'm going to say that kind of affects it to where it probably just brings it back to your normal dark vision of 60 when that's going on, because you still have amazing vision. So I'm going to say you probably see it goes back out maybe 10 massive posts of these kind of in diagonal arrangements that kind of litter the slope downward. Clearly what would be a very painful deterrent for intruders. And give me just a second as I reveal that further in the map as you kind of look out that way.
So it look like man-made setup, like these pillars.
Hold on. I'd say you probably are able to see about that far in. And then, yeah, with the torch, it kind of makes it probably maybe 15 feet further back that everybody else can actually see from where you guys currently stand.
As we're hopefully cautiously moving through, I'm gonna look around and then kind of like tap into my own senses and detect good and evil.
Okay, and that lasts 6 seconds for you.
6 seconds.
Yeah, it goes out to 6 feet. 60 feet.
60 feet until the end, or until your next turn, right?
Yes.
So 6 seconds. And as you're kind of looking out, nope, you kind of look around and you don't sense any kind of undead. You don't see any in your peripheral. I mean, granted, again, it doesn't really give you x-ray vision or anything, but
no, it just gives me that sense.
But again, I'm assuming you guys are kind of traversing forward still. You make your way kind of around and worming your way through the kind of makeshift barricades that are these, rooted, spike-covered deterrents. And you can make it roughly 30 feet in a single turn. You guys press forward still a bit more, and again, the torchlight kind of filling the space, giving you a slightly more prevalent view as you walk further still down the hall here. Sorry, I gotta constantly switch
How's
back.
Aaron looking?
Exhausted. Like,
Sorry.
You I leaned down to him, seeing him kind of dragging. You want right on my shoulders or something? Give you a little break.
Yes.
I am going to stress before that happens, as you guys are getting to this barricade right here, you notice that this entire path right here is actually blocked off. It looks like some of the cave has collapsed right here. So you do have to actually attempt to climb over this barricade. So I do need an athletics check. And a sleight of hand check to see if you scratch or cut yourself along this incredibly spiked and covered deterrent.
I jump
So which
over.
one we roll first? Athletics.
It's probably about 18 feet up. Can you jump that high?
Yeah, 25 feet.
Straight up?
Yeah, in any direction.
Okay.
Like 25 feet total.
So Gregor runs and jumps over the wall. So who's going first?
Oh. I rolled a 17 for my athletics, and the next one is what, sleight of hand, you said?
Correct.
That is a 19.
I'm showing a 10 for your sleight of hand.
His first one
Is-
wanted to roll 19 and then it rolled it. And it rolled it.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps rolling things twice.
Yeah, but I'm showing your first
What?
one was a 3 or a 10.
It was?
Oh no,
Ours
okay.
is-
I'm seeing it now. Okay.
Hold up.
So
Let me switch screens
no
here.
damage, and you managed to
Oh.
climb over it relatively with ease. Who's next to try to climb their way over the spiked wall here?
Can I get some help, please?
I'll climb over.
Was Arthur carrying R on his back while he did that?
I would say he would have needed to make all those checks at disadvantage if so.
Just saying.
I
Probably.
mean, I will.
You had told him before he does that, let's do this.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
I did say that, but if you guys want to make that choice,
Arm, you want to make that choice? You're on my back already?
Yoda
We
style.
climb? Yeah.
I just want some help getting up and over it. I'll be fine now. I just need some help. Like if I get a boost up and then somebody can
I'll
help me over,
I'll help pull you over.
that could help.
Yeah.
Give
Okay.
him that would give him advantage on the athletics check, not the sleight of hand. So just a straight roll for the athletics check then, because I believe you have exhaustion.
Yep, 6 for the athletics, and then my dexterity. Manage. 15.
Okay.
My
So
dexterous.
you try to reach up, and you're about to like stab your hand on one of these pointed edges, but you kind of pull back. But as you do, almost instinctually, you lose your grip, and you actually end up kind of falling back onto Arthur. Arthur, you take like 1 point of damage as Arm's full weight just comes kind of like crashing down on you.
Back to
Wait.
power.
It's okay, buddy.
Are y'all okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I help Arn up.
I gotta try again.
Oh,
Well, you found the other
Greg,
fell over, right?
Greg, you're on the other side though.
Well, I,
Jump.
well, I thought Arthur made it over, and then
No.
Arn fell on Arn.
Well, no, who was the one that was giving Aram the boost?
So,
I was trying to help pull him over.
Pull him over.
The top of the wall is spiked. There's not really a good
Oh.
resting place. That's part of the reason for the sleight of hand check here.
I was thinking either Dees or Borjo would help give me a boost up.
Yeah,
And then-
I'll say it
and
was
then
one of them.
Arthur was gonna help me get down. That's kind of what I was thinking was happening.
Maybe on the other side that you could have dropped down on the other side. But I'm gonna say with that
exactly.
low of a roll for your athletics, you did not make it over the
Yeah.
first shun of the wall.
So I gotta try
And now
again.
you can be on my back like Yoda.
You're
Do
gonna
I-
are you gonna try to climb back
So
over?
no, I gotta try. I gotta get over it, right?
No, I was talking to Arthur because he was all talking about Yoda, and it's like that you're already on the other side, which we've already clarified.
Oh, he
So-
fell back down. Ah.
Correct. So Dees and or Borjo would be there to aid.
Sorry, it's hard to hear. It's pouring the rain. It's super hard.
I can help him, but I did roll already for my to climb over.
Okay, well we'll hold on to that roll for when it happens. You help Aram up right now. I'm gonna say then you're the one that takes the 1 point of damage that helped him. and then so Aram, you try to climb up again. Just do it a straight, or I guess disadvantage roll for both again.
Surprisingly.
14 athletics.
And then the sleight of hand. Alright, this time you managed to just barely make it up over onto the wall and kind of trust fall as Arthur kind of stands there at the ready to catch you. And you know, you managed to make it over the wall safely. And I'd say Borjo is probably the next one at this point since he was the one helping you. So Borjo, what did you roll on your previous rolls?
So I got an 18 on athletics and a natural 20 for sleight of hand. 22.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to vault your way up and leap your way over, taking no damage and scaling the wall. And that just leaves the doctor on the other side.
Yeah. I rolled the worst of any of us. I rolled a 5 for athletics and a 12 for sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, so unfortunately, you do take some damage as you fall and land on your keister.
How much? 1?
No,
Oh.
you take. Technically, it's 2 points of damage from the fall and like 3 points of damage from the scraping of the sharp edges. So you take 5 points of damage in total.
And I gotta try again.
Correct.
And I have disadvantage this time, you said?
I don't believe you have exhaustion. So
Oh, no, I don't. Okay, okay. So, let's try again.
Guidance. Oh.
Okay, I got a 15 athletics. And... oh yeah, 20.
hell yeah,
Sleight
dude.
of hand.
This time you keep track of the places where you held last time. You recall where everybody was kind of scaling Borjo and Arthur and where they kind of placed their hands. Following their path, you managed to get over uninjured and safely down to the ground. You guys, continue to start to make your way through the tunnel, and you do start to see what appears to be kind of a makeshift alcove with like an incredibly small chamber to the left. Barely big enough to even be classified as a chamber. Or you see that it kind of wraps around and you'd have to... It looks like another one of the same kind of barricades, but it opens up into this chamber. It's flushed all the way up against the wall to the right, though. So you just see this kind of small little opening.
Well, let's go in, guys.
Could we do a rest out here, so Arn isn't exhausted? There's going to be something there.
I don't think we can have enough time to get rested.
Not enough time.
Wait long enough. I don't think combat will wait. Not safe.
Arn, you can just stay on my back, buddy.
I guess I would like to. I'm gonna cast Detect Good and Evil with this spell. This spell's fine.
Oh,
Just to keep. I'm gonna.
I put my hand on you.
Okay.
Well, be careful. You're gonna get busy. Don't touch me.
And I kind of focus in and detect good and evil.
Alright, so you guys look in from the chamber door as you guys are casting your Detect Good and Evil. So can't you only do that once per long rest?
Yes, but I did. I've already.
No, I meant Arthur.
I have three uses
3 uses, okay.
of detect good and evil.
So as the two of you kind of look into the chamber, again, kind of just standing at the entrance, I'm assuming the two of you are up front then, if that is the
Divine
case.
senses. Is what it's called.
Correct. And you can kind of see inside what looks like a small chamber. I'd say give me general intelligence checks, the two of you, since you are the two up front looking in.
8.
15.
15. So, I mean, it makes sense. Gregor has the much better vision in this kind of this place. You can see what appears to be, blankets that kind of lie on the floor, and a small foot locker that carries, probably a number of things. It's kind of pinned open.
It's a rest.
You can see, the stone wall that kind of curves back and around into this chamber.
It looks like a camp, guys.
I will say with a 15 as well, intelligence check. Well, actually, are you proficient with investigation?
No.
Okay. So with a 15, I will say as you're kind of peering in, you do see what looks like dry splatter, like brown splatter marks that are kind of dried up against the entrance of the wall where you stand.
Oh. It's a trap.
It's almost as though it's there to serve as warning. But currently, from where you stand, you do not see any undead.
Hey guys,
Sorry,
it's
guys.
a camp. We can maybe rest here.
Good quick pee break. What happened? We walked into the room and there's a little camp with some blankets and.
Only Arthur and I are in there. We're just looking in the camp.
Yeah,
right now.
they're like just
We're
at the
seeing this
small little path between the barricade and the stone wall that makes this little entryway into this chamber.
Can I walk in behind him? And look.
Like you just walk past them, because they're at the
Just
mouth
kinda
of
like-
the chamber.
I just kind of walk under Arthur's legs and look in.
It's a camp, guys. And there's no undead here, so we're evil.
Yeah.
Let's all investigate. Let's all investigate it.
I feel like there's a booby trap.
Okay, check.
That's fair. Yeah, good call. Yeah, Arthur, look for traps.
Traps.
I mean, sorry, Aaron.
So you want to kind of look along this gate and stone wall area right here. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I want to mention.
Shining
these
my
grounds
torch.
again. Point at it. I don't know what it is.
10.
10. I mean, it doesn't appear to be trapped in any way.
Safe, guys.
Right, I will walk forward.
Alright.
Start going forward as well.
All right.
Following suit.
So Arthur and Greg kind of step in, and the moment you guys step in, with that investigation of 15, Greg, you immediately, to your peripheral on your left-hand side, as you walk past the stone wall, see a mud zombie coming out, stretching his hands towards you. And that's where we'll go ahead and call tonight's episode.
Oh,
Should be able
damn.
to- Well, how can I not detect
Damn.
that? I couldn't needle it.
Because you cannot
he was
see
in the
through
wall.
you cannot see through stone.
Yep, that's what it is.
So if you look at the
See,
map,
actually-
Richard was in the wall.
yeah, it's like if you look at the map, well actually you probably can't see it right now. So this is what you're kind of seeing when you're looking into the chamber. This was kind of the peripheral.
You're always in on a cliffhanger.
I do. So I get y'all to come back. So you're kind of looking into this chamber from right here at the entryway, and as you guys all kind of stepped in,
At least there wasn't a trap. Like,
I just want to look
An
back at
actual
all the
trap.
episodes, all the episodes we have so far, and see how many ended on a mud zombie coming out. Because it's gotta be like weird.
Yeah.
like everyone so far.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
they're a regular enemy in this place. But yeah, as
Just
you
a
kind of,
perfect cliffhanger.
yeah, but as you guys kind of
They're
stepped
trying,
in,
they're trying to call you predictable, Aaron.
I didn't write this adventure, so I'm not insulted. Freaking. But yeah, you guys kind of step into the chamber, and as you can see, there was a big stone wall there. So as you guys step through, right as you come around the corner, and technically not everybody's in the right positions, but it would have been Gregor coming around this corner, Mud Zombie being there, technically Arthur kind of coming up over here, and then everybody kind of single file behind coming up. So that way we have everybody in the right positions for next
Oh
time.
no, you're cutting out.
So next session we need to do our best to not turn that mud zombie into more than one mud zombie.
I don't think you can. I think you have to kill it.
Yeah, no, it was a certain damage threshold, I think.
It's kind
Oh
of
yeah.
hard to control there.
It was hard to control.
If you don't hit it hard enough, it turns into 2. Yeah.
No, if you hit it too hard, it turns into 2.
Is it too hard or not enough?
Yeah. No, when you hit it, when you do massive damage,
Oh,
it
okay.
reacts and splits,
Okay.
which a lot of times happen to me. I'm like, oh shit! Now there's 2. Ah.
But they're weak to radiant damage. Fire?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't remember
Something.
fire. I don't know.
Something like that.
Magic, at least.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know. You'll have to find out next time.
On Dragon Ball Z.
That's right.
That's what it was like earlier.
But no, again, that's just kind of a good point to kind of cut off as you guys
Yeah,
explore
True.
further. Where's the thing I was using? We'll go with this.
Oh, yeah.
They are big creatures, actually. So. I think that's what I was using before.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think we got some solid little RP in the beginning. We had some combat, exploration, attempted to coax a potential
horribly done.
ally, but yeah, everybody
Yeah.
rolled really shitty, unfortunately. That sometimes ends the breaks. But I want to try to give everybody, technically only one person's supposed to have the opportunity to try to befriend the thing, but again, I was really trying to be nice and let everybody have at least one shot.
I noticed.
Yeah, it's like, come on, somebody's got to roll good here.
I mean, that's like Pinta advantage. What would you call that?
When you started giving us advantage on rolls, I was like, oh, he wants us to.
I was giving you guys one last round, basically,
Yeah.
to try to go around. Again, it is sort of a tamed animal, but again, you guys didn't even know that because everyone was rolling so shitty to remember the conversations had with Limnor from like session 1 or session 2. So,
I had it in my notes.
I wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together until it was spelled out in front of him.
yeah. But no, I had a good time. I hope you guys did too. I'm definitely looking forward to next sesh. And yeah, hopefully we can also get down and make a party here in the near future on some Baldur's Gate 3, guys, because that's coming out here
That'd
real
be
soon.
fun.
I think it's the
I mean,
3rd of August.
technically, if you already bought the early access, you bought it already,
You
right?
own the game, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The saves reset.
Yeah, but
Well, true,
technically
but-
Act 1, they already said is going to be like 33% kind of different than what it was with additional content and a lot more stuff. And because people know that for the last year and a half, people have been like replaying Act 1 over and over and over again. They know they want something different. So they've tweaked it. There's new races. Like, go and check out the panel from Hell. It is fucking awesome. The last one they just showed really showed a lot of the new stuff that they're pumping in there. We even got to see a little bit of Act 2. It looks awesome. I'm super excited.
When does it finally release?
I think it's August 3rd. So not too far away. It's a couple weeks. So definitely recommend checking it out. But I hope everybody has a great day. Everybody, thank you for joining us as always. And have a good time.